Have you ever wondered how a single tweet can spiral into a full-blown trade rumor that has absolutely zero basis in reality? We've just witnessed the internet basketball machine manufacture another classic case of wishful thinking meets off-season. Desperation, as Domantas Sabonis somehow got linked to the Toronto Raptors in what might be the most baseless trade speculation of the summer. The cosmic powers of social media seem determined to connect every available all-star to Toronto. But here's the shocking truth that nobody wants to admit. Sometimes the front office actually knows what they're doing, and sometimes they're perfect content with what they already have. I'm about to reveal the real story behind these rumors and why Doug Smith just delivered the ultimate reality check that should put this speculation to bed forever. What's up, Raptors Nation? Quick Court coming in hot with another deep dive for all you basketball junkies who refuse to fall for the typical off-season nonsense. Hope you're all crushing it today, rocking that red and black and ready to separate fact from fiction in this wild rumor mill we call the NBA summer. How exactly does a Lithuanian center averaging nearly 20 and 14 somehow become Toronto's secret target when literally nobody in the organization has even whispered his name? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now, because I've been digging into the sources that are connecting dots that reveal exactly how these baseless rumors actually get started. Seriously, stick around until the end, because I'm about to break down the real reason why Jakob Poeltl might be the most undervalued piece of Masai's puzzle. Let's start with the cold hard facts that should immediately kill any Sabonis to Toronto speculation. Doug Smith from the Toronto Star, who has more legitimate front office connections than any random Twitter account, just went on Sacktown Sports 1140 and delivered the ultimate reality check. His exact words: "I've never heard his name in a conversation with anybody involved with the Raptors for a year and a half. Not once. Not even as a hypothetical discussion." But here's where it gets even more interesting. Smith specifically mentioned that the Raptors are pretty happy with Jakob Poeltl with 2 years left in his deal at $20 million a year. Think about that for a second. While everyone's chasing shiny new toys, Toronto's front office is actually satisfied with their current center situation. That's not exactly the mindset of a team desperately shopping for an expensive all-star replacement. What's your take on Poeltl's value to this team? Are we underrating what he brings defensively and as a connector on offense? The numbers tell an interesting story here. Sabonis is putting up 19.1 points, 13.9 rebounds, and 6.0 assists while shooting 59% from the field. Those are undeniably elite production numbers for a center. But here's the reality check. He's also entering the second year of a 4-year, $186 million contract, meaning he'll make $43.6 million next season. Compare that to Poeltl's $20 million annual deal, and you're talking about more than doubling your center salary for marginal improvement. Sacramento isn't even shopping Sabonis actively, according to multiple league sources. The Kings haven't been contacting teams to gauge interest, and new GM Scott Perry seems committed to building around both Sabonis and their remaining talent. The whole situation in Sacramento got blown out of proportion after the De'Aaron Fox trade, but the reality is they still have a competitive roster with DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and solid role players. Do you think the Kings can actually make a playoff push next season with their current roster construction? Here's where the rumor mill really shows its ugly side. Jake Weinbach tweeted that the Raptors are one team to keep an eye on for Sabonis. But that's classic speculation disguised as reporting. There's a massive difference between saying Toronto should explore all avenues and actually reporting that they're pursuing someone. It's the kind of tweet that sounds authoritative but has zero substance behind it. The reality is that Masai Ujiri and the front office have been extremely strategic about their roster construction. They're not just throwing money at problems, they're building with intention. If you're gonna make a move for a center making $43 million, you better be absolutely certain it's a massive upgrade that fits your timeline and culture. Remember to smash that subscribe button if you're enjoying this deep dive into how NBA rumors actually work. What makes this situation even more telling is what Doug Smith revealed about the Raptors' actual trade priorities. While Sabonis rumors are complete fiction, there have been legitimate discussions about pursuing bigger fish like Giannis Antetokounmpo. if he becomes available. That's the caliber of player that would actually move the needle for Toronto's championship aspirations. Jakob Poeltl has quietly become one of the more underrated centers in the league. His defensive impact, screening, ability, and chemistry with this core shouldn't be overlooked just because he doesn't stuff the stat sheet like Sabonis. Sometimes the best move is the one you don't make, especially when you're paying fair market value for solid production. The broader lesson here is about media literacy during the offseason. Social media has created an environment where speculation gets presented as reporting, and fans end up disappointed when these manufactured rumors don't materialize. Always check the sources, always look for direct quotes from credible reporters, and always remember that front offices are usually smarter than the internet gives them credit for. What other obvious trades do you think are actually just fiction disguised as legitimate rumors? Here's the bottom line. The Raptors aren't pursuing Domantas Sabonis, have never seriously considered pursuing him, and are perfectly content with their current center situation. Doug Smith's reporting should end this speculation immediately, but knowing how the internet works, we'll probably see the same rumor recycled in 3 weeks with slightly different wording. So there you have it, Raptors Nation, another classic. Case of off-season rumors getting completely out of hand with zero basis in reality. The front office knows what they're doing, Jakob Poeltl is their guy for the foreseeable future, and sometimes the best trade is the one you don't make. Drop a comment below with your thoughts on how we should evaluate these wild trade rumors. Make sure you're subscribed for more reality checks throughout this crazy off-season, and remember, not everything you read on Twitter is actually happening in real life. Stay locked in with Quick Court, and I'll catch you in the next one where we dive into what the Raptors are actually planning for this summer.